All right, now how do we do these math problems when we have both addition and subtraction and multiplication and division? Because there's different rules. Addition and subtraction, we're looking at the place value. How many decimal places to the right does the number go? Whereas in multiplication and division, we're looking at the number of significant digits. Well, to do a combined math problem like these examples, you have to do it one step at a time. Let me show you how I do it. First, I can see in the parentheses is addition. So I need to add these numbers together. Personally, I like to stack them if I'm going to do it by hand. So I might rewrite this. Now I know that I can add these up. And what would I get? I would get 6.06. So kind of on the next line, actually, I'm going to write 6.06 times 3 equals. Now I'm lucky that this is kind of easy because right here, they both go all the way to the hundredths place. And so 6.06 would be my final answer. So I'll leave 6.06 here. And it has 1, 2, 3 significant digits. And 3, well gosh, that only has 1, which means my answer right here can only have 1 significant digit. So when I put 6.06 times 3 in the calculator, it tells me 18.18. But I'm only allowed 1 significant digit. So I'll pick that first number. Now this is an 8, so I'm going to round up, which means my final answer is actually going to be 20 with no decimal place. If I add a decimal, that would mean 2 significant figures, and I can't do that, it's not allowed. I'm only allowed 1 significant digit because 3 only had 1 significant digit. So in this case, I follow the rules of addition and place value, then the rules of multiplication with significant figures. Here, I'm going to start with the rules of division, which includes number of significant figures. So let me count. In 5.00, okay, I've got 3 significant digits. In 10.0, oh good, I've still got 3. They're pretty precise. So when I put that in the calculator is going to tell me 0.5. Well gosh, 0.5 only has 1 significant digit. That's terrible. I am supposed to have 3. So how do I add significant digits? I'm going to add zeros at the end. So now I am ready, because I have 3 significant digits, to move on to the next step, which is to add. So I'm going to rewrite this problem if I'm going to do it by hand. I would write 3.33 plus 0.500. And now I can see that, oh, this only goes to the hundredths place. 0.500 goes to the thousandths, but 3.33 does not. It's less precise. So when I add these together, I'll get 3.830, but I can't use that last 0 anyway, so I'm not too bothered by that. And I will get 3.83 is my final answer. Let me move the camera. So now I'm going to follow the rules of addition, then the rules of division. So when I add these together, my calculator will tell me 9.1. Let's say I did this in the calculator. Now, that's not good enough, because look, this problem goes out to the hundredths place. And this one also goes to the hundreds. So that's like my dotted line should go all the way out to the hundredths. I need some kind of number there. So what number can I put there but 0? So 9.10 divided by 9.012. Okay, now I'm doing division, so I have to follow the other rules where I count significant digits. This has 1, 2, 3 significant digits, and this has 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I can't use all 4 significant digits. My answer is going to have 3 significant digits. So when I plug this into my calculator, it tells me 1.00976. I'm only allowed 3 significant digits. So 1, 2, 3. Now, am I going to write 1.00? No, because that 9 here means I will round up to 1.01. That is my final answer. It has 3 significant digits. Finally here, I'm going to use the rules of subtraction. 245 minus 100 equals 145. I could have done that. But there's a problem here. Look, this goes all the way to the decimal point. 100 does not. It's actually all the way over here at the hundreds place before the decimal. I can see that here too. There's no decimal on 100. So I actually draw my dotted line right there. So am I going to write 100 or round up to 200? Well, I'm going to go with 100 because 4 is less than 5. It means 100 is closer. So I'm going to have 100 times pi. I'm ready for the second part. Now pi, you might remember, is a number with significance out to infinity. It keeps going and going and going. It actually equals like 3.14156. There's more beyond that, right? It keeps going. So when I type into my calculator 100 times pi, I will get 314, right? 6, and it'll keep going if I have a big calculator. But how many significant digits am I allowed to use? Well, in pi, I have infinity significant digits. So maybe my answer can have infinity? No. This 100, that only has 1 significant digit, which means my final answer can only have 1 significant digit. So actually, my final answer is very simple. It will be 300 with no decimal point. If I add a decimal point, that means 3 significant digits, and that's not true. I can only have 1. So my final answer is 300. You can see you got to be very careful when you think about where are the parentheses and which set of rules are you following.